Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Box of Roses podcast. I'm Xander Rose, and with me always is Alex Box. Alex, how are you, mate?
I'm fantastic, mate. I am pumped for this one.
Yeah, it took long enough. That's good. Mate, do we have a special guest today? He's my professional wrestling coach. He's a former Hollywood star. He's a beast on the Gladiators, Australia and the UK. And now he's VCW president and owner. He's none other than Vulcan. Vulcan, mate, how are you, buddy?
Hello. I like the introduction. It's funny. Anyway, good boys.
How are you, mate?
Alex Box, I'm good. Xander Rose, everything is fantastic. Thanks for inviting me on to your top rating show. You got a lot of people, man, reading this, watching it, or listening to it. It's great.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, look, I know you're very busy. And we'd like to thank you for coming on because, mate, with everything that you're doing, mate, it's just gangbusters. But, yeah, so everything's been good, mate, with this COVID situation we've got?
I've got a lot of members that come in and they just want to know when they're opening again. But on the other hand, I'm enjoying the chilling out, bludgeoning sort of thing, you know, and I've got a shop next door to the gym, which is going pretty good. And so I actually don't really care if you don't come back. You know, it's good for me. It's really good. But but apart from that, man, yeah, COVID is terrible. Hope everybody's keeping safe precautions and everything, you know.
No, that's right. Yeah. Well, mate, I wanted to know, like, how did you come up with the name Vulcan? Like, when was it the time when it was like, yeah, you know what, that sounds good? Like, how'd you come up with it?
Yeah, we do all the, you know, selected and everybody they give you this list of papers about, I don't know, zodiacs and planet and everything. So people just come up with it, and I didn't know what to, you know, call myself. And about 2 days before we go on, and the producer came up with the name Vulcan. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't care if they call me freaking Zoba or Xander. I'll take it. You know what I mean? Thank God they didn't. Maybe they call me Renegade. Oh my goodness! I'll probably be driving a Jeep now. Jeep Renegade. Who is that guy? Oh, that's Renegade. Oh, okay.
By the way, did you give Tommy Renegade his name?
That's a good name, Renegade. No, it's a good. I love that name. Yeah. Anyway, so what'd you say? No, it's a good name. I like that. I like the Tommy Renegade because he's, especially with Renegade, you know, because he he loves that name now. I mean, compared to what he was going to name himself before, bro. You heard it. He wants to be called Baker Morgan, bro. He sounds like a freaking Sri Lankan flight attendant. You know what I mean? This is Baker Morgan. Like, seriously, Mike, what's your name again? Baker Morgan. I say, Baker, sit down. Are you allowed to be here? Are you even allowed to be on the plane?
Oh God.
Oh, bro, yeah. No, Rena's great. He's a great man.
He's a good chap, and we're going to have him on the podcast as well. But
he's one of my top wrestlers. You know, him and another new kid called GSP.
Yeah,
and another new kid from some freaking surfy guy from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in America. I never knew I had him.
Hollywood, yeah, we had him on.
I didn't know it was American.
As in tree?
I didn't know it was American. I thought he was from Geelong or something. I was like, man, he's American. Wow.
Yeah, he is American. Yeah, he's got that really heavy accent too. It's good.
He should be called Tommy Renegade. Imagine fight for the name. You know, fight for the name. It's like, I'm Tommy Renegade. No, I'm Tommy Renegade. No, I'm Tommy Renegade. You know, I'm Tommy Renegade.
The main event of the next show.
That's it. That's it. The naming
Tony-
rights. Like, come on, what's going on here?
The Tommy Renegade Championship.
You're not Tommy Renegade. You a Sri Lankan
To-
flight attendant.
Tommy Renegade on a pole match. Oh,
It'd be
God.
like, man, it's not dancing, it's wrestling. Oh, sorry, I thought you said pole dancing.
So Vulcan, so what was it like? I mean, the hit show Gladiators, obviously in Australia and in the UK, it absolutely blew up. I mean, for myself, I remember as a young kid watching it, and I'd see the TV, and I'm like, who is this Vulcan guy? I am shit scared of this bloke. But I mean, everybody was watching it. It was on Saturday nights. You know, you had the Travelator on there, all these little things, and it was one of our favorite shows growing up. And obviously, you're a big part of that. So what was that like? What was the hype like?
Yeah, did you write me a letter?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah.
I think it was Zoba. Dear sir, where you kids, shut up.
Oh
I
God.
think Zoba sent me a letter. Yeah, no, it was good, man. It was hard. It was very hard, you know. It was hard to do, and yeah, you do a lot of traveling. That's why I hate traveling now. You know, traveling is crazy. People say go stay in a hotel. I said no, I don't like staying in hotels at all. It's crazy. I don't like it.
I mean, what was it like having all that, that fame, really? Because I mean, everyone knew you everywhere you went, whether you went to, Warner Brothers there at Gold Coast or anywhere in Australia, everyone knew you. So, pretty crazy time.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, you know, when you got it, it's like, wow, this is magic. But the novelty ran out pretty quick because you don't have time to yourself. You know what I mean? And I used to just come home and just lock myself in the house, you know, not a room, because I don't live in a flat. I live in a house. You know, the room is just around the corner. No, and I just come home and lock myself in the house. And and don't go anywhere, man. You know, it's terrible because you can't really do anything. Or you can, but you're just going to be bothered.
Yeah, I know.
But
I mean, like, you're also like on a James Bond film. Like, what was that like?
that was another level, man. It was crazy. Another level, you know. It's funny. Somebody put a little thing in America. All the wrestlers that were in the James Bond film, and I had my name in there, and The Rock's dad, and the Japanese guy, and everyone's like, "Wow," you know. It's like a milestone because I don't think of things like that. I don't look at things like that. It's like, wow, I was in there. You know what I mean?
Pretty cool.
And,
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, you don't register. Probably one day you will. Like, the time when.
Oh no, I think it has registered. I've seen a massive plaque there at Vulcan Championship Wrestling.
Shut up, bro.
It's registered. Let me tell you.
Oh, well, there was a gift from
James Bond himself.
Hey, Alice, Box, can you shut up? And and funny that thing was given to me by a really good friend of mine, right? He's pretty he's a movie maker. He came up and saw me and goes, "Oh, look, I've got something for you." And I went, "What is it?" And he showed me the stuff. And I went, "Wow, man, that is pretty cool." I was going to take it home, but they said, "No, put it at the gym." And then he goes, "There's a catch. He's just written a film. He wants me to do it." And I was like, "Oh, okay. So you're going to do it?" And I went, "Oh, yeah, whatever." Yeah. So he's still going to go ahead, but because of the COVID, it was supposed to happen in 2019, and then it got pulled back for the COVID thing, and the 2020 COVID. They're still going to do it. They got finance and everything. It's going to be in Sydney.
Wow.
So,
Well, that's good.
yeah.
If you need someone to, hold your bag or something, you can
Yeah,
call
I've
Alex.
I've got Zoba to do that.
Either Zorba or Tommy Renegade.
Both Tommy Renegades.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, this enough talking about Renegade. Let's talk about me.
So, Vulcan, speaking of you, how did you get into the wrestling industry?
My freaking wife conned me into it, man. I didn't want to do it. Yeah, this would be a show. I don't know. You're too young, Mr. Box AB. Xander probably know that the movie, what do you call it? The big theme park near Penrith. What's that called?
The one Wonderland.
Wonderland.
Well, it's not there anymore, but
Yeah, I know. It was there.
it was gone
That's
for
right,
about 20 years.
It was gone. So my wife took the kids there to for the thing. Zach was only little. He was very tiny. And they saw the wrestling. They're like, oh my God. And she went to the manager and said, oh, my husband would love to do this. And then she never told me. And then suddenly this freaking American guy called on the phone. I thought it was Ollie, but it was someone else. He goes, hey man, are you interested in wrestling? I went, no. He goes, oh yeah, you're gonna go to Florida and wrestle. And I was like, no, who told you this? Oh, your wife. I went, what the hell? And I told my wife, and she goes, oh yeah, I think it'd be good for you. What the hell? Never knew anything about wrestling. The only one I've seen was Hogan and the Wild Samoans, and Jimmy Snuka, the legend himself. God love him, rest in peace. And it freaked me out, man. And then that's how I went to Florida, because this manager guy was from Florida, and he was good mates with the Malenkos.
Wow. So how was it with the Malenkos though? Like, I mean, obviously Dean Malenko, household name in professional wrestling, and like that experience going there with people that know pro wrestling and learning from the best. I mean, how was that?
Yeah, when I was there, he was mainly wrestling in Japan. Because in America in those days, no one is into that technical, like Japanese Japanese style technical stuff. Chain wrestling, that's the one we learn now. But in Malenkos, they were doing it forever. And then him and Eddie and the Mexicans, and then Benoit came in, so they all just wrestling over in Japan. And then eventually, they brought him back. They brought to America. That's why ECW got him, and then WCW, and then WWE or WWF.
Is it true that you were rooming with Glenn Jacobs, aka Kane?
No, who told you that? Sucked in. Gotcha.
Oh God!
It'd be like freaking Zoba. Anyway, yeah, it'd be like, he actually, when I was over there, I've been there for about, let me see, 2-3 months. And then Mr. Malenko said, oh, look, kid, there's a kid from Missouri coming in. And I was like, all right, yeah, he said down the gym, he's going to come with you back to the house. And then I looked at this guy, and I was like, holy guacamole, at the gym. He was curling the 50-kilo dumbbells, like standing bicep curl.
Wow.
Bro, the biggest arms I've ever seen. Seriously, I've seen, apart from my arms, that is. I thought my arms were bigger. This guy was massive. And he looks exactly like Sid Vicious. You know Sid Vicious?
Yeah.
He looks exactly like him, man. The guy was, 6'11" and a half. Kane is massive dude, man. And he came into, he was only young. He was 25 years old. I was 28 when I was there. He's 25. He came in and he just started talking straight out of college. He was playing for the Chicago Bears. He went to try out and he hurt his knee. He started wrestling in America there with freaking Valley Wrestling somewhere. And he decided to start again. So he was actually wrestling matches. So he decided to come to the Malenkos. And he started again from scratch, bro. Forward roll, side roll, and everything. That shows you know what I mean? Not people think, oh, I can wrestle. No, man. You're going to start again. So he came back and he started again with us. The first thing you do when you go to the Malenkos, you're a new kid, you sweep the ring. This freaking guy picked up this freaking broomstick like it was nothing. He's sweeping the ring. And he started wrestling, and then he started staying with him, start hang out and become very close to him. And he's a good guy, man. He's a freaking good guy, Glenn.
And he's quite clever too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty smart, man. They're all smart over there, man. Like, they go to uni. He goes, oh, yeah, man, when I was in college. I was like, okay, good for you, young man. Good for you. I said, yeah, I went to college. I'll deliver something. I dropped off a parcel. He's very clever. I can't believe he went into the political thing, yeah. So I'm thinking of going over there to check him out. I still, every now and then, he comes over to Australia, he calls me. Yeah, because he still want to have
nice of him.
He still want to have a rematch because I beat him up in his first match. I freaking smashed him.
Make him like the commissioner, like of VCW. You can set him there, like that'll be a ripper.
Hey,
a good idea.
That's freaking very, very good. I'm thinking about our tour that we're going to do. I'll surprise him by bringing him over. What do you reckon?
Ooh,
that's going to be good.
Nice.
WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh no, mate, that's not a joke. That is that would be
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's good, man. So yeah, no, he's a great guy, and then I came back to Australia, and then he stayed there because he's American, and he went to WWE. And he went to WWE. Bro, I'm trying to talk to you, bro. What is wrong with
Right, you know what? You know what? Look, I dead set. Like this is no crap. Now I'm being honest. I love you, man. Like you, like I'm trying to be as serious as I can, but I tell you,
you?
this is fantastic. This is gold. I
I,
love you, man.
I'm married too, by the way. Anyway, so
I'm Greek, but
uh,
hey, I'm Greek, but I'm not that Greek. Yeah.
I really, you know what? In my life, I've trained freaking probably two of the best Greek wrestlers in Australia, and
Chris
that's
Silver and JJ Spartan.
Alex. Are you freaking still there? Frick, I thought you're gone, bro. Sorry. Why did you go to freaking Box Hill or something? I don't know. Freaking you keep coming up with this freaking. It's pretty funny. Now shut up. Let me talk.
Wow.
Anyway, he's like it's like Xander. He's a freaking great wrestler, man. And you should really think about uh, uh, just doing a website. No. Listen, no, you're gonna come back, bro. Seriously, you're gonna come back. You and I tell you what, Zoba's Zoba's a good wrestler, man. People don't think Zoba's a good wrestler. I mean, he is a good wrestler. He's one of the best wrestlers. Just ask him.
Well, look, the thing is, but I agree with you. I'm not so much about myself, but with Zorba, I think Zorba's still got a lot to give, the wrestling
Right.
business, to be honest. And I know he likes to, he hurts his pinky and he hurts his little leg or his back, bit of a spasm. He wants to retire. But I still think he's got a lot to offer. He's a fantastic guy. Everyone that's come on the show has said that he's the nicest guy in VCW.
Yeah.
He's really good in the ring. He helps out a lot. He loves the business.
Mm.
He's, you know what I mean? He's like one of those. He's the boys. You know what I mean? He's just a fantastic guy. I love him. I love him.
I call him Google. His nickname is Google because he knows everything. Every time I tell him, he goes, "Yeah, I know." What did you do? He goes, "I don't know." It's like, I know. No, I like this. Like I say, you and Zoba, like I got a lot of people, man. Like you train. I just love training people, and some people you just like after you train them, it's like, dude. You got another job to go to? Can you play poker? maybe that's a good spot for you, not wrestling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
no, I know what you mean.
you got the three young boys. I mean, up and come. I'm excited about these three young boys coming up because those boys are fearless, man. Like Reno will bump until the cows come home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he was living in a dairy farm, that is. But he's the guy. And Zoba, I'd love for Zoba to come back because Zoba's got the knowledge. You don't realize that he's got the knowledge of wrestling. Him and I, you get together if I wanna, talk to him about something. But he calls me every day, man. It annoys me.
You know what? Can I just stop you there?
Go
He
on,
actually tells me that you call him. So I mean, someone's lying here.
bro. I will show you my phone bill.
Well,
Or say like. Call from Zoba. I was like, oh my God. My missus thought Zoba was some Greek chick or something. I said, no, that's Chris. I was like, he calls me every day, man. Even when I'm asleep, I was like, oh my God, this is scary. I changed my number. I can't believe it. I gave it to everyone else. I can't believe it. I gave it to Chris Kavatakis. I didn't realize it was him. I thought his real name was Zoba. And then he got, you know what? You know who I freaking like the most in the BCW? That AK-47, bro. That guy is so freaking annoying. You just want to punch him in the face. But in the second time, you know the guy, you punch him in the face and kiss him straight away? He's so funny, that guy, man.
I like Akram. He's a gentleman. What I mean, not in the ring, of course, but outside of the ring, he's fantastic.
AK is the most annoying guy ever, mate. He's the king of freaking knee to the stomach. Because his pluck would be just somebody throwing a knee to somebody's stomach. You're like, who's this? He's AK. I've got the old guys who've been studying, like Big Sam's been wrestling me for quite a while. You got Villain, you got Easy, Mr. Valuable and Star, they're good. They're old school.
Three of the best. Yeah, three of the best. And you've trained them from early on. One of the they're probably the originals.
School, man. And then you got Rusty. You're gonna see a footage of Rusty when he's 14 doing the freaking chain wrestling, man. He's crazy, that boy.
Oh, he's on another level.
Yeah, Rusty, man. Yeah, far out. You should use some WD spray, WD-40 to spray the rust. He's gonna do something. He's in England at the moment. He's gonna go wrestle with the boys from Wales, the VCW Wales. That's a good friend of mine who we're in Florida together. He started up a VCW Valley Championship Wrestling. We got him a belt, so he loves it. And yeah, Andy probably listening to this podcast. He's a good guy, man. Andy, lovely boy.
Yeah, well, I think he's also trialing or knows someone or something with the NXT UK there. So, yeah, I mean, watch this space for Rusty because
Rusty's good, man. Rusty. The thing though too with wrestling, it's not just a move that you learn. You know what I mean? You learn all the moves and everything, and you're gonna say to yourself, okay, when do I do that move? Do you know what I mean? That's why we are so successful, because we don't care about it. I'm glad that Aussie wrestling is very strong right now because everybody's got their own shows. But you're going to say, okay, how come we get 300, they get 20? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, no, but I agree with you. That's what we're actually talking about that today with with Alex and saying, like, you know what, like VCW, they always get a crowd. It's always 250 plus, 300 plus in all the venues every time.
Right, because we entertain the people, man. You know what I mean? You got guys like the three young boys that come in, man. Those boys are fucking magic, man.
Yeah.
The new young kid they're coming in, and then you're gonna get some guys like Johnny Starr and Valuable, and they got the experience to go in there, and then waiting for draw card like you, the two Greek boys. I'm dead set serious. I'm just waiting for you guys to return, and then you got to get the young guy from Melbourne, that Chris Strange. The guy's good, man. That guy's very, very good. You know what I mean? And the guys are good. He's very polite. And he got Hudson. He used to be an Hollander. He couldn't care. You can wrestle. Wrestle the house. Yeah, all right, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Hud's just Hud's, man.
And so we had Hudson on as well, Vulcan. We had him on, and again, he's an absolute gentleman. Loved having him on.
What's the highlight of your wrestling career? Like, what's one moment that stands out for you?
You know what? To be honest with you, I don't even like wrestling. I'm serious. If you say the highlight of my career, like in wrestling, people said, "Oh yeah, like I've wrestled some of the big stars." I mean, to me, like I know for you guys be different, but to me, they just like normal guys who hang out with in Florida. You know what I mean? Like I wrestled Kane. Okay, no worries. I was training with Eddie Guerrero and all those boys. I said, "Oh, okay." Like they're just people. And I wrestled Paul Orndorff. It's like, oh yeah, Paul Orndorff, he's a star. It's like, you know what I mean? He's just a guy.
Yeah, you didn't mark out. That's what you didn't mark out. You were just like, man, yeah, whatever.
I was in the WCW change room, and Hogan come up to me, "Hey man, how you doing? What's your name?" I said, "John." He goes, "How you doing, man?" I said, "What's your name?" He goes, "Hulk." I said, "Oh, how you going, Mr. Hulk?" And Jim Williams goes, "You are such a dickhead," because I knew who he was. I just fucking wanted him to tell me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I could be Hulk Hogan's brother, Paul Hogan. I never knew that. Do you know what I mean? Also, for me, to tell you the highlight for me is right now, man. This is my highlight. When I come in, when you think that, I was like, I want them to do this, and they did it. Fire out, man. It's a buzz. Like Rusty and everything, because I used to talk to Rusty all the time. So Rusty hops in the car with the American dude. You should tell him, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna think, so you gotta keep telling him, and then one day you're gonna click. It's like, that's it, you're a wrestler now. Not come in and do 3 million. That's a key there called the Dropkick King. You know what I mean?
It's funny that you said that, because when we had Ollie Wood on the show, he actually said that thing where he was in the car with Rusty, And he was sort of picking Rusty's brain, and Rusty was telling him, why you do certain things and when to do certain things, and to be like a real, a smart wrestler, and
that's back to what I used to tell those kids. That's the thing that I value those boys pretty good in a way, that the fact that they still like ask Cameron to do a headlock takedown, and he'll do it exactly when I taught him when he was 14 years old, when he was at school at Dingading.
So that's being obviously that's Johnny Starr, Cameron. Yep. Johnny Starr.
Yep. He will do one exactly the same. Even easy. If you see everything they did and Rusty, it's exactly what I taught them when they're 15 years old. It's exactly the same. And that's what, see, the thing though, too, you can get all this new Japanese wrestling, all this stuff that come in, people just like, everybody's doing it. Yeah. No, man, we want to go back to our own way. When I wrestled with the American guys, and I did a show in Melbourne Tennis Center, and I wrestled the Road Warriors, a partner him, one of the Road Warrior boys, wrestled Johnny Grant's Public Enemy. And the Melbourne guys go, man, you wrestle like an American. I said, yeah, that's how I taught, like an American. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I was taught. That's how the American boys, that's how they get taught. That's why we learn. That's why when you do stuff like when you do a headlock or an arm drag, it's totally different to other people when they do arm drag. Yeah. You know what I mean? Arm drag / hip toss. Little stuff like that. That's why if I watch you, I let Villa, you go and show them what to do, and Villa said, what do you think of this? And I went, nah, do the other way. Okay. Do it again. I said, do it again. No, man, you got to mean it. You're not meaning it. Do it. You know what I mean? When you start thinking like that, you wrestle right there, my brother.
Well, yeah, mate, you're right. You're 100% right. And that's one thing that
I'm right. I'm your coach.
No, but honestly, that's what I say to people. Like, even with Johnny Starr or Mike Valuable or even Rusty, when they would say something to me, and I've said this in other shows before, but when they would say something to me, you listen, because it's like, well, they can see exactly what you're doing. They've been taught by, the best, basically, and they know exactly what needs to be done, or what, the right technique needs to be done. So it is very important to have those guys, the originals there, who have learnt everything from the ground up, So, but they're invaluable. They're invaluable.
True, man. Like when I went back to America, because I've been back about 7 times. Went back, the school's no longer there and everything, and the boys are still trained by Dean, some other little school. And they used to tell me, because, man, I'm so jealous of you because you were here when Mr. Malenko was training people. You sit there and he'll come up with, in the land of the blind, one eye is king. You'd be like, what the freaking hell did he say? So in other words, you've got to start thinking about it, because think about it. The eyes, these are the lights to the world. You have to look. So when you're resting, that's where you look where the thing's coming from. You're going to freaking look around and see where the environment is. Like if you, in the land of the blind, if you got one eye, you're the king, because you're the only one that can see. Do you know what I mean? That's little stuff like that. It's like when you're a Christian, you're talking parable, and Jesus say to them, if you can go back and get the camel through that eye of a needle, and you'll be like, how the hell can you do that? He's just telling you in parables, you're going to change. So that's the thing with wrestling, that, because I was taught by Dean, but his father gave me the knowledge. Dean gave me the skills. You know what I mean? Then you got to put two together. Say, okay, go forth, young man. Go do your thing.
That's it.
That's why with us, that's what we do, man. Like you can see, guys come in. I've got a guy interviewing us at the moment. The media guy, he was just sitting there and saw the boys wrestling. He said, like, oh my God. I said, it's just training, because you just know what to do. You know what I mean? Like when you go there and play tennis, you do your forehand, backhand, forehand. How do you know? Oh, because the shot is there. When I did Gladiators, I was the only one experienced in front of a crowd. I used to tell them, I said, man, I want people to freaking hate me. I'm going to make them hate me. He goes, what do you mean? How can they hate you? And I did my heel stuff. They didn't realize it was a heel. Bang, people start booing me, man. The next freaking show, all these trying reading about me. Vulcan is a wanker. Vulcan this, Vulcan that. I love that. You know what I mean? You feed off that.
Yeah, and that's it. 100%.
You control these guys with the tip of your hands, brother. But you've got a big news coming up. I think Zoba will tell you. Zoba will tell you the news I've got.
What's the news, mate? Can you break the news here?
No. You got to talk to he's my media man, Zoba. Zobalicious. At home, his wife's name is Zobalicious. It's Zoba.
So your shop there where you sell all your dumbbells and all gym gear.
I've got
The
gym gear and a gym gear as well.
The
Gym gear,
gym gears. Go buy a box of gym gears if you
The
can.
gym gears
It's
are
very cheap
expensive.
at Musclemania. Get a box of gym gears. Just tell them that Xander sent you, and you'll get it for free. Sorry, disclaimer. A disclaimer.
free.
Sorry, that was a lie. So, I mean, for VCW, the goals in the
Yep.
future. What are we looking at? What are we looking at?
The next show coming up when we go back on is going to be the big show, the Vulcamania.
Wow,
Yeah, it's a big show, man.
Vulcamania.
Vulcamania, yeah. That's the it's going to be outdoor show. It's going to be amazing, and it's going to be probably about 20 matches.
Wow.
Yep.
All the Vulcamaniacs running wild.
Yeah, like you.
What's that little soft toy you got? What's going on over there?
Oh no, it's my nervous. It's my dog. Someone that chased my dog's got a push bike. That's a chase. Hey, push bike back.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a question or two questions that I ask everybody that comes in from ECW. Obviously, you are the boss, you are the president, you are the owner. Who's the nicest guy in VCW?
Who?
Yes.
Oh, I think AK-47. You know why? Seriously. You know why?
Why is that? Why is AK-47 the best or the nicest?
Because every time he comes and sees me, he brings me a box of Lebanese sweets, and I love Lebanese sweets. he knows it too. He knows it.
Yeah, he does. He works at the Lebanese, or his father owns a Lebanese bakery or something, doesn't he? Sweets.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's an idiot, but he's a good guy. He's just funny. He's just bro, that guy, seriously. Yeah, but anyway.
Okay, so who is the biggest grub in VCW?
Akram. Akram's everything, man. Akram is
So AK-47 is the biggest grub.
yep.
Yeah.
But he's funny. He's on this grub. He's in the biggest, sweatiest bastard. He's freaking probably, I don't know, renegade. Renegade sweats, man. I don't know. He sweats like a Spanish freaking bull. He's just like, hey man, you're sweaty. You go, yeah, I know. I said, got to do something about it? Nah. Where's your towel? I didn't bring it. I said, bro, you got to prepare with your towel, man. No, they sweat pretty good, those boys. And also the American guy, he sweats.
Oh yeah, Ollie Wood.
Oh yeah.
Are there any tips you could give any young wannabe pro wrestlers out there?
You're gonna train, man. You gotta do some weights. How much you weigh, Alex?
I don't know.
Roughly.
30 kilos.
That's being generous. No. I think about 70.
70, okay. Just start training, man. 70 kilos. Okay. Jesus,
What was it you used to tell us about squats and sit-ups and push-ups?
Yeah, push-up squats, man. And you got to do weights as well. You're going to do weights. You got to build up your body, man. You know. Otherwise, you're going to look like AK. AK's good. AK's been training. AK's
Otherwise,
good.
you're going to look like Xander.
Hey.
Otherwise, you're going to look like Xander.
Xander's good, man. Xander's looking good. He's still looking good.
Yeah, I'm looking good. You know me, I always look good.
When you started training, you're just going to train with weights, and the push-up and squats. You can do that at a school when you come over. Yeah.
Listen, I've had and I'm sure Alex the same thing. We haven't stopped laughing since the start to the end, man. But honestly, I want to thank you for your time. This is going to do us for the show. Thank you so much for your time, honestly, brother. I know you're very busy. I definitely want to have you on again. But yeah, thank you very much for your time, brother.
You said that to everybody. I heard your stuff because I have you on again in 5 years. I'll have you again in 20.
I don't know what to say to that, man. I don't know what to say to that. But one thing, and I mean this, and I mean this.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, if you can just zip it for 3 seconds, it would be good there, Vulcan. Thanks, mate. So, I love you. I do love you. But, mate, honestly, by the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for everything you've done. and all your training and the way you've taught everybody, coached everybody, and made them to the wrestlers they are today. Your shows are unbelievably good.
Thank you, brother. Hey, I got a message. Did you hear about Villa?
No.
He's donated his body to science fiction because he's a wrestler. Anyway, listen, take it easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Vulcan. Thank you very much again, brother. I love you. We're going to see you very soon once this COVID crap is finished. I want to thank everyone for listening via YouTube or Facebook. Guys, don't forget to like the Facebook page or subscribe to YouTube channel. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week. See you later, guys.
Later, man.